There he is. We got the five-time NBA champ, Dennis Rodman, finally here with us. Dennis, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And we were waiting all morning to break down this docu-series with you.
Hey, Steven.
What's wrong, Steven?
Molly.
You know what?
Dennis
I
Rodman,
would, right?
is that a damn,
you know why I would,
is that
Steven.
a damn Cowboys jersey you have on?
Oh, I thought
Why,
something
Dennis?
really
Why?
happened.
Just to piss you
Oh,
off,
come
Steven.
on, Dennis.
Just to
Oh,
piss you off, Steven.
go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Stephen, you can't play with me when we got these technical difficulties going on. Dennis, it's great to have you with us. I want to dive right into it and talk about this docu-series. With the Jerry Krause issue specifically, because obviously Scottie Pippen, a big storyline these first two episodes, same with Jerry Krause. Do you think, in your opinion, having a personal relationship, he should be remembered more for building the Bulls dynasty or tearing it down?
Jerry Krause, it's a difficult thing, Molly. I never got involved with the front office at all. You know, when Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan asked me to come to Jerry Krause's house and asked me, did I want to join the Chicago Bulls? And I said, I don't give a damn, pretty much. You know, and I think that I think it was something in the sense where I think we talked about this a long time ago, where I had to go I had to go apologize to Scottie, which it was right or wrong, but pretty much after that all happened, the team formed with me and Michael, Scottie, and MJ. So I think that Jerry Krause, I was there those 3 years, and wow, it was something, Molly. It was something. I never heard anything like that. I never seen nothing like that before, and I never really got into the politics of it. But I guess I never asked Mike or Scottie, what is the reason why you guys are so bitter towards the management? I never asked those guys that, but after a couple of years, I figured it out where they all came from, because I guess it came from Scottie, and then I think it really hit the head right there with Phil Jackson when Jerry Krause said he didn't care we won 82 games. You're not coming back. And I think that hurt Phil Jackson more than anything in the world. And I think that hurt Scottie. That hurt Michael. For me, I was just more there for the ride, pretty much. I wanted to win championship with these guys. And I would go to war for these guys any time of the day. And it was just sad, the fact that we could have came back and won a fourth championship very easily.
In light of what we're seeing on the documentary in terms of how Scottie had delayed his surgery and all of that stuff, there's a lot of people that's looking at that right now, and even Michael Jordan was on the record saying that he was selfish. Is that the way the rest of y'all viewed Scottie Pippen that last year?
Well, Steve, you can take that one or two ways, because when I came to Chicago Bulls, people didn't know what to expect from me. I'm coming in, kind of hot, because San Antonio just got rid of me for pretty much for nobody. We'll produce straight up. And I'm like, what the hell is this all about? So they said, Dennis, you're going to Chicago. I said, okay, that's cool. And next thing you know, when I got there, Scottie, I don't know what the tension was between him and the management, because I never asked for that information. But I think it was just more where Scottie was unappreciated, because if you know it's by Scottie Pippen, when Michael Jordan left in 93, 94, 95, Scottie Pippen was the best player in the world. If people didn't know that, he led the team in every category.
Yep.
Scottie got his wings in 1991 when they beat Detroit Pistons. He got his wings then, and he started on that trend from winning 3 championships. When Michael left, Scottie took over. And next thing you know, he was the best player in the world, and people don't know that.
Yeah, I thought he was second best to Hakeem when Jordan left, but point well taken, Dennis. Let me ask you about you and your kind of experience on that Bulls dynasty, because I think when they got you is when it just became ridiculous. Like, even Horace Grant was a tremendous player, but in the first 3, but with you it got ridiculous. I remember the quote back then. You could tell me if this is accurate. You said, when I was with Detroit, we won championships. I averaged 17 boards. I made $800 grand a year. Now, with the Bulls, dye my hair pink or whatever color it was. Same 17 boards, winning championships, $8 million a year. What was that like being a part of, as it was described in the documentary, the Beatles?
Well, I was the leading catalyst with that one. I would go to the hotel and stuff like that. It was like hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands of people waiting for us outside, and I was like more like Jimi Hendrix. I was a wild child, man. I was out there doing my thing. Go to the hotel, put my bags in the room, go to a restaurant, go to a club. I think you know what I'm talking about. Hang out all night and then go to the next day have a game. But I think it was just so cool to be with the Chicago Bulls, man, because Phil Jackson he was just like, to me, I call Chuck Daly God. I call Phil Jackson Moses. And those guys really took me in and said, Dennis, you know what? We understand what you're going through. We understand your game. And Michael said, hey, that was a final piece to the puzzle. And the one thing on the documentary that you saw with Michael Jordan, if you saw Michael Jordan talk about people on that team, especially Scottie Pippen, he talked so highly of Scottie Pippen, so highly of him. It was he almost got in tears talking about Scottie Pippen. But if you saw when the reporters started asking Michael about Scottie Pippen, Michael got perturbed. If you didn't see that, he got perturbed. He said, "Why don't you go ask Scottie? Why don't you go ask Scottie?" And but if you let Michael talk about people, he will praise you all day long. But if you come at Michael Jordan and start asking a question about somebody without talking about him, there's a different Michael Jordan, which I love Michael Jordan. But it's like, if you're going to see me next week on part 3, probably 95% of the time, and it's going to be amazing